What's up, y'all? This is J.R. Taylor, and you are back for another episode of Pafoooorm Unleashed. Now, on this particular episode, we are going to talk about, dissect, and get into all the things MTV EMAs 2024 that just took place. So if you're familiar with the VMAs, the EMAs is an award show for MTV that takes over on other side of the pond. Yes, the European Music Awards. So let's just get into it, yeah? And what do we always start with when we have to start with any video? Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, because the more you interact with me, the more feedback I get, the better we all are, yes? So make sure if you have not subscribed, make sure you hurry up and subscribe right now. Hit that like and hit that notification bell so you can know every time a new video is posted, because I'm letting you know now it's going to be so much content coming your way. Yeah, let's just do it because we about to really get into overdrive now, okay? So let's get into the MTV it's not the VMAs, it's the EMAs. Let's get into the EMAs 2024. And with every award show, we start with what? The fashions. We have to start with that red carpet and see what the people was doing over there on that red carpet. So let's see what we're doing over there. Let's start with Tyla, y'all. So Tyla showed up to the red carpet looking awesome. She did her whole tribute to Aaliyah. If you're not familiar, Aaliyah wore the same Roberto Cavalli dress, just a different color. Aaliyah wore yellow, and Tyla is wearing green. I think Tyla looks amazing. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Tyla's team, come. I need Tyla's team to come here. Tyla's team, come closer. No, a little bit closer. Tyla's team, come here. I need Tyla's team to come closer. You guys are not around. Do you hear me? Y'all are not playing. Let me tell you something. This girl is at all the right places, all the right spaces. She's strategically at the right places, at the right events, at the right parties, releasing the right music, having the right videos. She has the opportunities, and her team, let me tell you something. Her team, whether you like her or not, you're going to have to give it up for her team. Tyla's team is not to be played with. Tyla's team is not to be played with. And I haven't seen a new artist who came on the scene like Tyla with the huge success, because she was shot out of a rocket. That first single, Water, was not just a social media success, but it was successful on the charts. It was successful on social media. It checked all the things that you want to check as not just a new artist, but every artist. And sometimes when you shoot out the cannon so far, so fast, it's, people like to say it's a curse, because it's like, how do you top your first single that was so huge? Have you ever heard of a girl called Katy Perry? Because that first single was huge, and people thought she was a one-hit wonder with I Kissed a Girl. They were like, oh, she's done. It's too big. That single is so huge. How do you top it? And then she followed it up with Hot and Cold, which was like, cool. But after that, you cannot deny Katy Perry's run. Katy Perry ran the music industry. Those charts, she ran those for a consistent, solid 6-7 years. 6-7 years, solid. Katy Perry put out records, anthems. So, Tyla, I believe in you. You can do this. Not only are you beautiful, but you make your music is just so infectious and it's good. And you know what? Also, I can see the growth. In this little time, I see your growth. And that shows that you really love what you do and you're into it. You're not just a microwave artist. You're into it and you want to be here, and it shows. So, mama, you keep doing what you're doing because I can see it. So, back to Tyla. She looked amazing doing her tribute to Aaliyah, who wore that same dress, like I said before. And it was at the MTV VMAs that Aaliyah wore it. And now Tyla wore it. And I think Tyla looks amazing. She looks good. And shout out to Sean Bankhead at the VMAs this year, who did his spin on Aaliyah's Roberto Cavalli dress when he wore the suit version. So shout out to you, Sean Bankhead. So Aaliyah is, she's still inspiring the girls. She's still, her music will be here forever. Her legacy is here, and it's going to live on because the girls, they're still emulating, they're still inspired, they still use her as inspiration. So Aaliyah, come on, give it up for Aaliyah. Rest in peace, baby girl. But Tyla looked great. Moving on to Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes, he was the first rapper, in my opinion, in my, generation, I guess, who really pushed that fashion game with his rap game, like between his videos and his visuals. He's a visual artist, so he's always been into fashion. You can see his fashion throughout his career, and he showed up to the red carpet, and he brought fashion. He brought the fashion. He looked great. It's Busta Rhymes. He's always gonna push the envelope fashion-wise. He had this mohair, I don't even know what to call it, like cow skin, but I don't think it was really cow skin, so Peter, back off. But he looked awesome. He walked the carpet with my girl, my mother, Mona Scott Young. And why not bring somebody who's, helped shape your career when you're receiving the global icon award? Can we please give it up for Busta Rhymes, first of all? For Busta Rhymes to be recognized from MTV EMAs. See, it's one thing to make it in America, and it's one thing to make it globally at other places. That's what you want to do. And for a rapper, not only is he a rapper, he's a lot of things. He's an actor. He's in my opinion, he's a trendsetter. Not only with his flow, but with his fashion, his visuals, and things that he's done. He's definitely a trailblazer. But to be recognized globally as the global icon, and not just in the States, but you got that over in Europe. Ha! Give it up for Busta Rhymes, and give it up for Mona Scott Young too. Yes, moving on. So Rita Ora, she showed up on the red carpet. She played hostess with the mostest, and she looked great. She pushed the envelope. Let me tell you something. Rita Ora is a pretty girl. One thing you're not gonna deny is Rita Ora's beauty. You're not going to deny that's not a pretty girl. Now, if you ask me to name 5 of her songs, you got me. You probably got me there. But that's a pretty girl. And guess what? She definitely has talent, She's been judging on Masked Singer. She has music. We're not really familiar with the music in the States like they are overseas. I know she had a single with Chris Brown over here that was cool. She's doing her thing. That's a pretty girl, and she's finding her way, and I think she did amazing as a host, actually. She did great. She did great as a host. She changed a lot of different times. She had a whole bunch of different outfits, and she had a great tribute to Liam Payne, who she obviously personally knew. Because, but yeah, she did great. She looked great on the carpet. She walked the carpet with herself, and plus her husband. They did the couple thing, which was great. And I think she looked great. Moving on, what else do we have on the card? Okay, hold on. I'm not, before I even... Let me tell you something. Jodie Turner-Smith, come here. No, I'm going to wait a second. I just want to wait 1 second for Jody Turner-Smith to come to the front. Come to the front of the congregation, because no. You're not going to do that. You're not going to walk a carpet like that. Look like that. Do you see the way this lady looks? If you're not familiar with Jody Turner-Smith, she's an actress. She's British. She's an actress. You might know her from Queen and Slim. She's been in a lot of different movies and a lot of different film. I'm assuming she did start over there. She made it over here in the U.S. Like I said, you might know her for Queen and Slim. She's done other things like Bad Monkey, and she's done Without Remorse. She's done a lot of different things. That is a beautiful woman. Jody Turner-Smith. Not only do you look like this blue, I don't even, whoever designed it, kudos. Let me tell you, and then she had the nerve. See, I'm jumping ahead. I'm supposed to be talking about just the carpet, but I got to jump ahead. You had the nerve to show up to the carpet like this. And then, usually, because she presented, right? Usually when you present, you rock the carpet in your outfit, you go in, you sit down, and then you go and you present the award. Very rarely do people change for just to present an award. They usually change if they have a performance, of course, and then they change either back into the same outfit, but usually maybe it's a new outfit to go sit back in the audience. Usually they're nominated again, so that's what they do. I'm just giving you some behind the scenes of how award shows works and how the talent usually works. But she had the nerve to have on that ensemble. Then you go in and present an award in a whole different look, and then you look like that? Jody Turner-Smith, you got timeout. You have timeout. I'm putting you in timeout because you can't come and it should be illegal on how you slaying these bitches. You can't do that. You gotta leave room. That's not fair. You're not playing fair. She's in timeout. Jody Turner-Smith is officially in timeout because you can't do that to these girls. You have to play fair. It's not fair, and you're not playing fair, lady. You're not playing fair. Oh my God, she looks great. Yeah, who else? I don't even know who else to go to from that. Like, her skin. And then the color with the skin. I can be here all day talking about Jody Turner-Smith. So let's move on. Teddy Swims. That voice is crazy. His voice, he sounds awesome. He came through there. Let me highlight some of the guys. He came through. He looks funky, and he looks funky. I like this outfit for him actually. Who else was on the red carpet? Who else was there for the guy? Shawn Mendes. He looked classic. This is a nice suit. He looks great. The guys showed up. There's some other guys they showed up. But let's get on the inside. So, some of the award winners. Let's get to some of the winners before we get to these performances. So, some of the awards that were given out. Tyler, it was your night, baby. Not only did you walk the carpet and look great, you also had a performance, which we will get to, but you also won 3 awards. You got Best African Artist, Best R&B, and Best Afro Beats. Give it up for Tyler. She won 3 awards. So Tyler was a great big winner of the night. The biggest winner of the night was Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, she won 4 awards. So that's just one more. That's just one additional award more than Tyler. Taylor Swift got Best Artist, Best Video for Fortnite. She also got Best Live, and she got Best U.S. Act. If you're not familiar with the EMAs, they do a lot of Best U.S., Best Ireland, Best Australian Act, Best Brit. They have all the countries. Not all of them, but they hit a lot of countries for Best That Country Act. And for the U.S., Taylor Swift, she won that. So that's 4 awards for Taylor Swift. Best Hip Hop was Eminem. Now, Okay, so we got to remember, Eminem is obviously you can't Eminem is Eminem. Let's just say that. But we're talking about for the year, we celebrating for the past year. And let me tell you who else was in that category. There also was Kendrick Lamar, who's having an banging year, who's about to do the Super Bowl, but the year he just had was freaking crazy. And then all the Grammys he's about to, well, we about to see about that. Megan Thee Stallion has had a great year. Nicki Minaj has had a great year. These are all people that were on tour as far as Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. Travis Scott, he was in a category with those and he won Best Hip Hop. So I'm not really agreeing with that MTV EMAs. I don't know what happened with that. Maybe it's something I didn't miss, but I don't think I would have gave it to Eminem. Not this year. That could have, Nicki Minaj has had an amazing year with that tour. That tour has set some records. Her release set some records. Like, you can't deny Nicki Minaj. Megan Thee Stallion had a great year. Her tour, her album she dropped had set some records with his. So you can't deny those. Travis Scott's had a great touring year. So it's just, I don't know how Eminem got it, but that's what they gave him. So respect to MTV. Some other notable winners was Sabrina Carpenter. She won for Best Song, Espresso, of course. That's easily the biggest song of the year. I don't think you're going to deny it. I don't think you're going to deny it. It just is what it is. Ariana Grande, she won Best Pop Act. I don't see no quorums there. Rye, she got Best UK and Best Ireland Act. I like her. Her voice is great. I like her voice. Let's go on to the performances. So the performances, let's go off. So Shawn Mendes, he performed. It was great. Shawn Mendes is I think that he's about to roll out and have a great 2025 because he has a lot of things going on. And I think he's about to really have a great 2025. So Shawn Mendes, he had a great performance. Teddy Swims' performance. Now, like I said, that voice. Teddy Swims is very talented. And I love that voice. It's very distinctive. It's very... it's him. And that's what I like about artists forever, really. When you hear their voice, you know who that is. We don't have those no more. Like Anita Baker didn't sound like Whitney, who didn't sound like Mariah, who didn't sound like Aretha, who didn't sound like, Faith Evans, who didn't sound like Mary J. Blige, who didn't sound like Janet Jackson, who didn't sound like Toni Braxton, who didn't... See, like those girls sounded... as soon as you heard the first line, you knew exactly who that was. Even with the guys, Luther Vandross did not sound like Freddie Jackson, who didn't sound like Brian McKnight, who didn't, like they all had their own sound and their voice and the texture and everything. Now it's almost like you gotta, wait, who is that again? Oh, who is that again? Like think about how many artists today, currently, that you hear that you get mixed up and not know who's who, female or male, because these artists don't have their signature sound no more. Everybody sounds alike. Everybody is singing, rapping. This is not that video. We're not going to do that on this video. All I'm saying is Teddy Swims, I like his voice. He's distinctive, and you know it's him as soon as you hear him. Kudos to you. Peso Pluma, he performed, which was great. Busta Rhymes, he performed. Now, I got a problem with the EMAs. Y'all was a little too lackadaisical for me. Like, Busta Rhymes, arguably one of the greatest rap performers of all time. He arguably. So we could argue about that, but he's definitely up there when we're talking about a rapper that performs. Yeah, Busta Rhymes is up there, y'all. And that audience was just a little too sleepy for me. Y'all was just a little too sleepy for me. That's just my opinion. That's how I felt. It just felt like y'all was a little too sleepy. But Busta Rhymes and Spliff Star, he did a medley. Obviously, he was getting the Global Icon Award, like I mentioned earlier. And Busta Rhymes did what Busta Rhymes do. He performed. And Busta Rhymes is one of those things that you don't have, even though he's a visual artist, He don't even have to have all that. Just his energy alone, that's really all he needs. And he's leaps and bounds over a lot of rappers today just from his energy alone. That's all Busta Rhymes needs. But also he gives you the visuals. Also he gives you everything else, the bells and the whistles. So Busta Rhymes' performance was awesome. Moving on, Benson Boone performed. He also got Best New Artist. So congratulations to him. And like I said, I already said that Rita Ora, she was the host. She did great. And Tyler, let's talk about Tyler's performance. Again, I just have to give it up to her because you can tell with each performance, Tyler is growing. She's growing. She did her new single, Push to Start. She started off, she sprinkled it off at the beginning with a little bit of water, just a little bit of water. And then she kicked into her new single, Push to Start, and she looked great. She looked comfortable. She's going to do nothing but look and get better and better and better. I'm not going to judge Tyler too hard. I'm not going to judge her too hard because she's just really, that baby's just really starting out. And each performance, you can see her growing. And a lot of people compare her to Rihanna. And I don't know if it's because of Rihanna's an island girl. She's from Africa. I think people just, it's not the sound because their music wasn't the same. So I get it, why they do it, I guess. But so if we're going to go with the Rihanna comparison, Rihanna took time to grow. Those early performances, she grew with each performance, each era, each album, each single. Rihanna grew. Because she grew. She really, really grew. If you go back to that World Music Awards performance when they were doing a tribute to Destiny's Child, I think it was 2005. It was Rihanna, it was A. Marie, and it was Tierra Marie. And they did the tribute to the girls, to Destiny's Child. And the parts that was divvied up, and you can tell by how the parts were divvied up, how people felt about them or the trajectory of their career. Everybody thought out of them three girls that Tia Marie was the girl. No. Y'all were there. Y'all were there. Everybody thought that Tierra Marie was the girl. They thought that was the girl. That's the next big thing. Tierra Marie. She's the next big thing. They gave her Beyonce's part. They put her in the middle. They had her that was the girl. They said she had next. They gave A. Marie Michelle's part. And this is when A. Marie just came out with One Thing. And she actually performed that night One Thing. So she performed One Thing. Tia Marie did the Beyonce's part, and then they gave Rihanna Kelly Rowland's part. So if you go back and look at that performance, you could tell how, no one saw Rihanna coming. You didn't. You didn't see that girl coming. A. Marie looked really polished that performance. I would say the most polished person in that performance for me was A. Marie. That particular performance was A. Marie. But I'm saying that to say you can grow. I want you guys to go back and look at that performance because you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. See her then and then see her now. Or not even now. See her then and then see her 3 years from then. Go from then and then go to her Good Girl Gone Bad era and see a huge difference. You'll see a whole big difference. And we didn't even go into any other era. Just up to that era, you saw a complete 360. So I'm saying that to say, Tyler, you can do it too. And I know you will because you have the right people behind you and you're doing nothing but growing. So congratulations to Tyler. She did the medley, and the only thing I didn't get about the performance was the dancers had like cat ears, so I don't know if they were cats or mice, but then they were like in an auto shop, so they were like, I get Push to Start, so I'm thinking they're referencing like a car or auto shop, so they were like working on her as she came out, so they had like grease and stuff all over them, but they were cats. But I don't know. I just didn't understand the correlation between that. So I don't know what story they was kind of telling with that creatively. But other than that, she looked great. She was into the choreography great. A couple of things here or there, but overall, great. I see you coming, and I see where you're going to go, Tyler. Keep going, mama. Don't let them pull you down. Keep going, mama. And that's really all I got for the EMAs. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and drop down in the comments and let me know what was your favorite performance. Who was your best look? You know who mine was. Jodie Turner-Smith took the night with that look. And then she had the nerve to go in and present in a whole nother look that was just as fab. Get up, Jodie. I'm going to end this video with telling Jodie Turner-Smith, let me tell you something. Next time you show up to an award show like that and you take no prisoners, just invite me. Just invite me because I want to see it in person. I mean, she looked absolute, and she looked like she smelled good. Have you seen somebody who just look like they smell good? How many, name some people you think that just look like they smell good. Like, she looks like she smells good. She looks great. Okay, so that's our show for the day. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. And also, make sure you email info@pafoooorm.com or DM or email. I'm going to do an Ask JR section where you ask me a question about something that you're going through, whether it's relationships, whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's friendship. Nothing's off limits. Whatever you want to ask me, a situation that you're in, a situation that you went through and you want advice. It can be like, I've been with this person for these many years, family members, I'm going through this with family members. Should I turn my back on them? Should I not? It's so many things you can ask me. I give good sound advice. You can be anonymous. I can say your name, whatever you want, however you want me to do that. Send me your questions and I'll make sure I'm going to make a video and answer some of your questions. So make sure you, again, email info@pafoooorm. That's with 4 O's, PAFOOORM.com. Send me your questions, your letters, whatever it is. I'm going to make sure to answer those on the next video, and we're going to have some fun with that. But like I said, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and we are out. See you later.